Hey guys, Ryan here. I'm pumped that you're here watching this video, and over the next few minutes I'm going to give you all the insights, all the details to how our members at BBR have had huge success transforming their physiques. So let's jump into the slides. Firstly, I'm going to tell you a little bit about me and my story. I started BBR off the back of not being able to find a good trainer that would write me a good program that was updated when it needed to be updated. They would also write me a food plan and a nutrition plan that aligned with my goals and that would keep me accountable and check in with me weekly and just not forget about me in the process. So I'm very passionate, I'm very driven to make sure that everyone feels loved, cared, and supported when they do our programs here at BBR. A quick little snippet into my story. I started when I was about 16 lifting weights, and then I went down the road of partying and sort of lost my way a little bit. But from there I bounced back and I've gone hard at my goals over the years. I've done multiple bodybuilding shows and physique shows and photo shoots, different strength training protocols, because I really do believe that a good coach should be in the trenches, learning new things, and then they can implement that with their clients through their programming as well. So they're always at the forefront of the science as we move through. I'm a family man. I've got 3 beautiful daughters. I've got twin girls that are 4 and baby Esme that's now 7 months. I've got a beautiful partner who's an absolute weapon. She's a property developer over in Bali, and here's a cute photo with my mum and all the girls and ladies that are really important to me in my life. This is our team. We have an awesome team at BBR. I love them all. I'm very proud to have them on our team. They are so driven, they are very genuine people, and they want you to have a successful transformation and enjoy this process. So there's Sage, Jean, and Justine that are featured in this photo. We've also got other trainers, Joe, Will, Harry. We've got so many people on board here at BBR that are truly here to help you win, because we are all driven by training and we want everyone to win that's on our team. So this is what we're going to learn in the next 10 minutes. I'm going to try and keep it even shorter than that. And here's a photo of Nicole, who's lost 10 kilos in 10 months by applying the protocol that we use at BBR, which is a BBR fat loss formula. It's very, very simple. All of our clients are busy professionals, busy parents that don't have time to implement a confusing, complex system with an ingredients list and a recipe list as long as your arm. We all thrive from accountability, structure, and encouragement. I put that quote everywhere because I really think as humans, that's what we all thrive from. We all need structure, we all need to be held accountable, and we all need encouragement, okay? Now, real people, real results. I'm just going to throw some transformations at you as we go through. Here's Denise. She's a busy professional. She works in the hospitality industry. She's lost 16 kilos on her journey here at BBR. I think that's across a couple of challenges. Here's Ryan. Now, he's lost about 3.2 kilos of fat, but gained 600 grams of muscle and looks absolutely phenomenal. So I'm going to drop these in as we go through this presentation, because I can tell you so much about training and nutrition, but I think you will get more from this if I explain the transformations from real people and how they got their results and the protocols behind it. So here's Derek and Pip that were featured on the first slide. Derek has lost over 16 kilos. Pip has lost over 10 kilos. They've both put on muscle. They've both gained strength. They have both resolved injuries since strength training with us at BBR as well, which is the most important thing. Abs are cool, being strong is cool, but moving out of pain is really, really important. Okay, let's talk about why people get stuck. These are the common things that I hear all the time on every phone call. Not enough time. They're exhausted from work and family commitments. They're inconsistent with their training. They don't have a structured programming. They're not being held accountable. That's one thing everyone says, that they've got no accountability, and everyone needs that, as I just mentioned. People hit plateaus. So even when you are gunning it and feeling good, you still hit plateaus, and you need to adjust your training so you can avoid them. And they're trying to do it alone. So no coach, no guidance. And here's a photo of our weapon member, Tyra, who's absolutely taken her physique to the next level as well. Okay, now these are our common shared goals. Everyone wants to feel confident. Everyone wants to feel good in their clothes. Everyone wants to be strong, especially our demographic of clients, 35 plus, busy parents. We know that we need strong bones. We need to hold a good amount of lean tissue on our frame. That's what being toned and defined is. But people want to have energy. People want to keep up with their kids. People want to be successful in their careers. And people really want to stop that cycle of just starting over again. People want to transform their body and their lifestyle. And here's a photo of Beck, who's actually a vegan. She came into the gym. She's definitely, and the first one to admit that she's not a gym person, but lost over 10 kilos of fat within 2 challenges at BBR, and now looks absolutely phenomenal phenomenal and is what I would say is a BBR influencer, because she does influence people. She inspires people to come and train, and that's what it's all about, lifting other people up in the process. Let's talk about the motivation flow. This is what I see happen, especially through different times of the year. New Year's is one, around birthdays and weddings, or leading up to those things, people can get motivated. Now, what we see is extreme effort. So you might go absolutely all in for a couple of weeks. But then if you don't see results, if life happens, if you get an injury, if you also start to experience burnout or fatigue, a lot of people also go through a vicious cycle of self-sabotage. All of these things lead us to stopping and starting again. And that's what we kind of call like the motivation flow. You're extremely motivated for a short amount of time. Life happens, holidays, travel, Christmas, Easter, birthday, birth or death, the cycle stops and it starts again. That's what we need to move you out of, to make sure that, and one thing that's come into mind a lot, and I've been speaking to my clients a lot about, is 80%, 100% of the time wins. Okay, so this is what we talk about. How do we break that cycle? Motivation comes from progress. Happiness comes from progress. To break the cycle, we must see progress. And to get fast progress, you must go all in. I see so much shit on the internet now, on social media, about people. You can still do this, you can still have that, you still have beers, you can still have chocolate. Yeah, you can, but you're not going to see the fastest results possible. And after coaching people for the last 15 plus years, one thing that keeps them motivated is seeing progress. And one thing that slows progress down is by having things like alcohol and consuming a lot of chocolate. There is a time and a place for that, 100%, but I'm a big believer in, and when we set a goal, we want to be 100% all in and achieve it. So many people I speak to are all or nothing people. So we want to make sure that you understand the principle of 80%, 100% of the time is your new normal of being all in, but we want to get you fast results. There's nothing better than feeling strong, fit, lean, confident within a few weeks of training, and we can only really get that if we're optimal within our plans and us giving you the programs and structures for you to achieve that. Okay, so this is a BBR fat loss formula. So there's 4 pillars to this: strength-based training, structured nutrition plans, which includes macro and micronutrients, weekly accountability and support, and it doesn't matter whether you're in the gym or online, we give you a community that you can thrive in. Simple plans that are easy to follow. It's all about simplicity. Now, you don't need to do 100 hours of cardio. You don't need to do HIIT class. You don't need to do burpees. The only people that do that these days are the people that absolutely love that rush from doing cardio. We don't program any of that at BBR. We do 2 days a week of that in our gyms, but for our online clients, we don't get any of that. You don't need to do that to get results. You need to be strength training and you need to be active to be burning calories. That's all we need to do. Simple, structured program that works, that you enjoy. Now, nutrition. So I'm really passionate about nutrition because it's what changed my life. It's what's changed so many of our clients' life, because it's the catalyst for change. You might know someone that trains in the gym 7 days a week, twice a day sometimes, but they still look out of shape. It's because they have bad habits and discipline around their food. There's other people that train in the gym 3 days a week that look phenomenal, and that's because they have good habits and good disciplines around their nutrition. So you definitely can't out-train a bad diet. It should always be flipped. You should have more focus on your nutrition than you should have with your training, in my opinion. Accountability. I have a coach, my coach has a coach, and his coach has a coach. We all need to be held accountable. Doesn't matter if you're the best in the world at something, you need to be held accountable to make sure you keep showing up and you're doing all the right things. We hold you accountable at several points throughout the week to make sure that we're moving the needle forward for you and you're working towards your goals on a weekly basis. And that's what I love about coaching. I love holding people accountable. So we're moving the needle forward every single week. Okay, in-gym and online community. So it's really important for me that everyone understands that fat loss doesn't have to be a lonely journey. You're not slugging it out on your own. We try and make it as fun and as engaging as we can, even though it's going to be hard at times, even though you're going to have to make sacrifices along the way. As I said before, there's a time and a space for everything to come in at moderation, but when you have a specific goal to lose 5 to 10 kilos, you have to really knuckle down and get to work and get it done. And that's what we're here for. We're here to give you the structure, to hold you accountable to the structure, and give you encouragement, support along the way. And you do this while you're surrounded a bunch of like-minded people. Okay, so the formula for success. So these are the BBR non-negotiables that gets results. Follow the plans. It's so simple. STTP. I usually do that in a hashtag everywhere. Stick to the plan. Or sometimes I'll do STTFP, which means stick to the fucking plan, because it's so important. Check in weekly with your coaches. I can't emphasize how important that is to check in with your coaches on a weekly basis. Track your progress and celebrate others' success. You're not truly being successful unless you help others be successful on their journey. Busting the myths. Carbs make you fat. Weights make you bulky. You've probably heard all of these before. These are myths for a reason. They've been around for decades now, but once you get into the gym and you start training properly with strength training, resistance training, you follow your nutrition and your macros, all of this stuff fades away really fast. So it's just more about sticking to the program and forgetting the gym myths. And here's what I know with 100% certainty. Our members have lost 20 kilos of fat. Others have built built 5 kilos of muscle. Some have lost 20 kilos of fat and then built the muscle and done it at the same time. It's not by doing random workouts or intermittent fasting. It's from following a plan that has been trialed and tested from when I started coaching over 15 years ago. And there's that quote again. We all thrive from accountability, structure, and encouragement. There's 2 paths going forward. 1, keep trying it alone and stay in the same cycle of I'll start again Monday. If you're running that pattern, it needs to break now. Again, there's my favorite quote. There's 2 paths. Option 2 is to follow the proven BBR system and transform with support. Thrive in a coaching program that will accelerate your results. Work with coaches that understand your lifestyle and meet you where you're at. Encourage and facilitate positive lifestyle change and reinforce healthy behaviors. We would love to have you a part of our tribe if it's the right fit. This is what you can expect. Over the next 3 slides, I'm going to show you some more of our transformations of members that have walked down path number 2. These members were hardworking and dedicated, and they followed the blueprint. Let's break this down to more limiting beliefs down. You only need to spend 3 to 5 hours in the gym. You can get epic results of being 80%. And like I said before, 80%, 100% of the time wins. You can still have date nights. You can still travel. All of this is still achievable when you're working hard towards your goal. This is Jeanette. She's lost over 20 kilos of fat. This is James. He's lost over 20 kilos of fat. Pip has lost over 10 kilos of fat and gained 4 kilos of muscle. Derek has lost over 16 kilos of fat and gained 500 grams of muscle. This is what you can expect. Everything you need in one spot. Tailored nutrition plans, structured training programs, weekly check-ins with your BBR coach, weekly motivational videos, BBR recipes and cookbooks, and access to a BBR Facebook page. Everything you need to have a successful transformation. We want all of our new clients to be excited. We want you to feel connected, cared for, and we want you to know that you've got the support and systems to achieve your goals. What comes next? When you're done watching this, message us on Instagram and say, I'm ready. That way we know that you have watched this, you've dedicated a few minutes out of your life to make sure that you are prepped and ready to get on the call. We're excited, we're pumped to have you a part of the program and get on the call with you, because that's the next part in this whole journey. So get on Instagram, send us a message, and then we'll see you on the call. Bye for now.